We did it. We beat the Ravens. And for the first time in 4 years, we have made it to the AFC Championship game. Oh my goodness, guys. This is the Baltimore Ravens and Buffalo Bills divisional round game review. And this, I was nervous heading into this game. I was a little anxious. And boy, I was more than anxious on that final drive by the Ravens. Holy crap. But Baltimore just had a rough game. They couldn't execute on plays, dropping passes when it mattered most, takeaways, the turnovers. Just for Baltimore, it just not clean football is what cost this game for them. Turnovers, when you have turnovers and when the other team going against you does not have turnovers, more of the reason this is the result that you're going to get. Just Baltimore not executing plays, just overall, just not good. Not really the best football from Baltimore. And Lamar Jackson, this was the battle. This was the game of the week between the MVP candidates, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. And man, what a game. We won 25-27. My goodness, man. For the Ravens, man, good game to you guys. There's no doubt about it. You guys will be better next year. So, yeah. Now, from our side, the first half was on the offensive side of the ball was almost flawless. But the second half, we were just too conservative to the point where we let Baltimore back in the game on offense. We just couldn't. It either was the Baltimore defense. We looked like in the start of the second half, we looked like the Week 4 Buffalo Bills. We looked like our Week 4 selves when we played against this team in Baltimore. And like we just really couldn't do much on the offensive side of the ball up until our last offensive drive. And thank gosh, like things did win our way. We had fumbles, like turnovers. Like how many turnovers did Baltimore have? Three turnovers from the Ravens in this game. And our defense for the majority of this game, outstanding. We only held Derrick Henry to under 100 yards. 84 yards on the ground for Derrick Henry, which was majority of that was in the second half. But for the majority of this game, we held Derrick Henry in check. Absolutely phenomenal. Lamar Jackson, man, he threw an interception. Taylor Rapp, he was the one that caught the interception, but had some sort of shoulder injury. But Josh Allen did everything he could do. 16 out of his 22 passes, 127 yards, 10 carries for 20 yards. Um, Receiving, Khalil Shakir, really effective, 6 for 67. James Cook, 3 for 15. Matt Collins, 1 through 12 to get another first down. Dalton Kincaid, 1 for 11. Curtis Samuel, 2 for 9. Ty Johnson, 1 for 8. Keon Coleman, 1 for 5. And Dawson Knox, just 1 reception. Now, defensively, like I said, aside from that last drive, extremely physical defense. Like Damar Hamlin forced a fumble, Terrell Bernard forced a fumble, Cam Lewis forced a fumble. Like we were extremely physical defense. And even though we put up over 25 points in the and they even though we allowed the Ravens 25 points and the majority of the rushing yards came in the second half, we we did have stuff go our way, like Mark Andrews, he 2 catches, one that, extra, we stopped two extra 2 point conversions. Very crucial. Like, man, from our defense, even though we allowed that touchdown on the final drive, I'm proud of our defensive performance in this game. Like, we didn't do a darn thing. We didn't score a touchdown at all in the second half, and we still ended up winning. Phenomenal. Shout out to this defense, man. Shout out to our defense. This was outstanding, man. As a Bills fan, I feel this was so. I am so glad, happy. I am so excited that we finally got past this round. This round plagued us for 3 years. That 13 seconds game in Kansas City. Oh man, I hope that doesn't happen again next week. The loss against the Bengals 2 years ago, and last year against the Chiefs yet again. So Tyler Bass, he did kick his field goals, made both of them. But now let's take a look at the Ravens offense. Lamar Jackson, 18 out of 25 passes were complete, 254 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 1 interception. There were three. There were 3 touchdowns from the Ravens today. There were one by Derrick Henry, rushing touchdown, and an Isaiah Likely touchdown, and a Rashad Bateman touchdown. So, yeah, Isaiah Likely was really effective. Was effective, well, somewhat, but with 4 receptions for 73 yards. Like the Ravens, they have more yards. They had more yards than us. I honestly thought we got outplayed in the second half. Like Baltimore had over 416 yards, over 400 yards in this game, and they still lost. It's because they just turnovers. Like I said in my last video against with the Detroit Lions loss, turnovers and mistakes is what cost this team. That's what cost this team. Turnovers, 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 mistakes, dropping balls, not executing on offense. Just the Ravens had an opportunity to win this game. They didn't just they didn't capitalize. I say Baltimore, you guys played one heck of a fight. I was not going to be surprised if you guys somehow beat it. Was going to somehow beat us because Baltimore had the formula to beat us in this game. They did. They did. Like, and we stepped up today. Our defense stepped up. Offensively, we struggled in the second half. First half was borderline perfect, other than that one drive which we stalled on in the first half because of a holding call, which I don't know why, but you know. But the second half, the Ravens defense plus us, I didn't really like the play calling in the second half and the third quarter. I thought we didn't really utilize Josh Allen's legs that much in the other than that last drive. But that last drive, I like the play calling on that last drive from us. It's just the Ravens defense was able to clutch up and we were able to kick a field goal, and that ultimately was the right decision overall. And oh my gosh, if Mark Andrews would have caught that 2 point conversion, it would have been, my goodness, it would be something else. But luckily, we had things go our way. Yeah, like, man, I'm just so happy, man, that we finally made it to the AFC Championship game since 2020. It's been 4 years since then. We're guys, we're the only team that has beaten Kansas City this year, aside from Denver, which I won't really count that because they were resting their starters. Kansas City was resting their starters. But man, I'm not talking about any other years. Specifically, this season alone, we have been the only team to beat Kansas City. We're the only team that has beaten Kansas City this year. Like I said, other than Denver, which I'm not going to count that. But man, and the last time we played at Kansas City in Arrowhead, our offense looked extremely good. And I'm talking about that 2021 AFC Divisional game. That's what I'm talking about. The last time we played at Arrowhead in the postseason, our offense looked absolutely phenomenal. So I'm not gonna say we're not gonna make. I'm not gonna say that this is our super. This we're gonna make it to the Super Bowl, guys. But man, like a lot of people said in earlier back in the off season that we're only gonna win 10 games, like miss the playoffs. This year was originally kind of was gonna be a rebuilding year in a way. I did not expect us to go to the AFC Championship game this year. This team is overperforming my expectations. I thought we would be eliminated in this round again, but I did pick this team to make it to the AFC Championship game this year. Finally got there. Finally got there, guys. Look, like I said, nothing is ever guaranteed in sports. We have to go out there and earn it. And in this game, we've earned it. We were the team that made less mistakes. Um, and our defense, very good on the defensive side of the ball today. One good game though too from Josh too. A great game from Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson. I don't think Lamar played like that. I don't think Lamar played extremely horrible. Lamar just didn't wasn't good enough to make it wasn't good enough to win this game. So that's just what I see in it, man. And also, again, our defensive line was really good. Ed Oliver, dominant. Well, Ed Oliver was really good. Like our defensive line was really good. A a great game plan from our defensive coordinator and Sean McDermott. Like this, you gotta give it up to our defense, man. Such a heck of a job on the defensive side of the ball in this game. So, yeah. So in our offense, like I said, we were able to run the ball really well, which was really surprising against the Baltimore Ravens defense, if you ask me, especially in the first half. But oh my goodness, Baltimore, you had a chance. Oh my goodness, you guys had a chance to beat us, and you guys just made crucial drops, crucial mistakes, turnovers, and that just costed you guys. So again, Baltimore, you guys will be good again next year. I have a feeling, and you guys will try and make another run at it again. And good game, Baltimore, by the way. Now we gotta get ready for Kansas City next week. This is the first time we've made, like I said, first time making it to the AFC Championship game since the 2020-2021 season. It's been 4 years since we've been in the AFC Championship game. 4 years, and we finally, like this round, the divisional round has plagued us for 3 years now, and we finally got out of it. We finally won a divisional game. We This was amazing, amazing, guys. If Oh my gosh. I hope we beat the Chiefs next week, because if we do, we're Super Bowl bound. So it's not over yet. We gotta get past Kansas City. I believe we can do it. But defense, Sean McDermott, offense, we need to give it our all next week. We don't need to be conservative. We need to give it everything we got, be 100%, all 4 quarters. Let's get the job done, and we can get to the Super Bowl. So hopefully we can beat Kansas City. And anyways, on the Arrowhead, we're coming for you, KC. Peace out.